Hello world! We are in my bathroom in the farm. I'm sure that many of us realize that when we have a farm that our bathroom often turns into a utility room. So I'm here and I have somebody I want you to meet. Now usually when I pick him up, he starts to scream. So if he'll come back over here, I'll introduce you to our little baby boy. His name is Dr. Pepper. Our kids named him in the funnest way. And here he is, little Dr. Pepper. So I am having some technical difficulties when it comes to filming, and today I set out to make a video about this baby pig, how he came to be on our farm, what it's been like to take care of him because we removed him from his mama. She had laid on all the babies, and this was the only survivor, and so it's been kind of a really interesting learning experience, how to take care of a baby pig when there are no siblings and when there's no mama in the picture. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, I'm very glad that our local Tractor Supply has this Uni Milk. We have been using this for the past 3.5, 4 weeks with him, and he's almost at that weaning age now. And so we are going to slowly start adding in some baby pig food and letting it get softened up by the milk. And what's really neat with this is that the back of this bag has this really great chart to tell you how much for what kind of animal, how often a day, when to wean. This has been the most helpful chart because there's a lot of different information on the internet about what your pig needs, and it's hard to know who's telling the truth and who's just making stuff up. So for Manna Pro to put this out and have that chart in the background, it's just amazing. Hello, darling. So we were not expecting piglets at all. We were not trying to have any baby pigs. Not pig farmers, that's not something we ever wanted to do. But not too long ago, earlier this year or last year, we were called out to rescue a couple of girl pigs from a farm. They were ravaging the nearby neighbors' crops, and so the farmer had said, listen, we're gonna have to take care of them in the most violent kind of way, if you know what I'm saying, because we can't lose our crop to these pigs. So Scott and I went out, we picked them up with the help of all the neighbors that were out there, and we brought them home. Both of the mama pigs that we brought home were carrying babies at the time, and they had their litter here on our farm. Now we have two different kind of pigs right now. One is an American pot-belly pig, and she's not 100 pounds. She's very petite. What is this? What is this? She should be 100 pounds, but I have a feeling that whoever was raising her was giving her some sort of food that acted as a growth regulator so that she would be tiny. In my understanding, he is trying to root so that he can go to sleep. If you're wondering what in the world he's doing, he's got a full belly almost and wants to go to sleep, so he's trying to make his bed. This is what he does in his hay when he's in the barn in his little stall. And then he finds a warm spot and goes to bed. But unfortunately, I'm not hay. It is so endearing though, it's just darling. Anyhow, the American potbelly pig, I'm going to call her a teacup potbelly pig, even though that's a controversial thing that a lot of people like to fight over, because teacups really should not be teacups. Potbelly pigs should get to the size that they need to get to without a special food regulating their size. If you need an indoor pet that is under 100 pounds, there's plenty of dog breeds and cat breeds that we can have out there without messing with the growth of an animal. So she had babies, they were given away, and then the big pig that we have, she's a Vietnamese potbelly pig. She's much larger. She had a litter earlier this year. None of the babies survived because she's so large, and a lot of pigs have the problem of rolling on their babies, and she was one of them. So all of them were rolled on, none of them survived. So we decided at that point that if there were any boy pigs on our farm, we would separate them, and we were not going to breed our pigs again because that was hard to go through, and we don't have the setup that we would need to create the birthing stall for pigs so that they no longer get rolled on. If you follow Gardening with Creekside, Jenny's mama was a pig farmer, and so she had a lot of advice for me, like, hey, if this happens again, there is a certain type of stall that you can build for them to help them not get laid on, where the babies can be underneath but protected. And so we don't have those plans in our future, if that makes sense. So the easiest thing for us to do when the Vietnamese potbelly had another litter, a surprise litter, because we separated the boy and we thought that was it, but love found a way, and I was very surprised let's see, I think it was November 22nd when I went out and found all of these baby pigs born. So I'm getting ahead of myself in this story. I was out there feeding the pigs one day and I came across, oh, he's going to sleep. Oh, don't wake him up. I went out there alone one day to feed the pigs, and there were baby piglets just nestled in the hay, feeding from their mama, and I absolutely freaked out. And I went ahead and moved mama and the babies to our hay stall. There's a middle stall in our lower part of our barn that has some leftover hay in it, and it's blocked from the wind on 3 sides. And so put them in there because they were very exposed in the normal pig stall. And I was very reluctant to leave the babies with mama because she had rolled on her babies before. But this time when I found the babies, they were all alive and they were all suckling very, very well. And she seemed very aware of her body. And so I stayed out there for hours just observing, much to her chagrin. The mama did not want me out there with her babies. But I stayed anyway, and I observed her nursing them over the period of 3 or 4 hours. I was just sitting in a bale of hay, warm as I could be, enjoying all the baby piggy snuggles. And after watching her move around them safely, I thought, okay, this time is going to be different, and she's going to be a great mama. But I was wrong, and hindsight is 20/20. We need to learn from our mistakes and move on. I should have removed the babies right away, knowing that I did not have that farrowing setup that you would need to help a mama lay down without laying on her babies. And the next day when I went out to check on them, only 2 were alive. So fast forward a little bit, those 2 babies that were remaining went to my friend Holly, and Holly helped take care of them for me when I was very, very busy. And she did such a neat job, and I could tell she was doing her own research. I only had so much advice to give her because I'm not a pig expert, and she did a great job finding the right kind of bottle and the right kind of setup for them to stay warm. And so she went out and got a little kitten feeding nipple. It's amazing how hard it is to find a bottle out there that has a nipple on it that's shaped like a pig's nipple. Imagine Googling pig nipple bottles. Like, what a confusing search. Amazon's like, I don't know how to advertise based on your recent internet searches. But she worked through it. The piggies stayed in there this like big laundry basket tub in their room, and she got up at all hours to feed them. And very soon there was a little pink piggy that just really showed signs that she was dropping off pretty rapidly. She stopped being interested in food, and she stopped being mobile. And then when Holly took the baby out to watch her move, she realized that her back legs really were not working properly at all. And with that, we kind of, talking through some of her symptoms, we realized that she probably had internal organ damage. So the little pink piggy did pass away. And then when I was able to be back home more, Holly brought this one back to me, and we named him Dr. Pepper. My kids, they play this game where you sit with somebody and you go 1, 2, 3, and you say a word, and you keep doing that until you both say the same word. It's like this little bonding exercise that we think is so funny. But they were fighting over the name for this pig, and these names were just outlandish. And I said, hey, do the word game where you have to say the word at the same time, but the topic is our favorite sodas. And so I could tell Joelle really wanted it to be Sundrop, because she would go 1, 2, 3 Sundrop, 1, 2, 3 Sundrop, and Helen was like 1, 2, 3 Dr. Pepper. So they ended up both saying Dr. Pepper. So DP is the piggy's little name. But right now we do 4 scoops of this. Let me show you how big a scoop is. 4 of these bad boys go into our pint jar, and then we kind of feed them from there. It actually smells really good. My kids don't like the way it smells. Let me move the camera down here so y'all can see the baby. We're in my bathroom, if you have not guessed, if you've just joined us. So there's a little bit of food in here that I add in just so you can start getting used to the texture. Here, buddy, move this away. Look at his little face. So sweet. One thing that I learned, I'm gonna move y'all into the light. How do you feel about that? One thing that Holly and I learned, actually, I'm gonna call her my co-parent in this, is how easy it is to overfeed a baby pig. They can drink so much so fast that it can totally give them kidney problems. And so as tempting as it is to feed them again and again because of how quickly it's gone, and they always are giving the impression that it's just not enough, not enough, not enough. We have to be careful and really monitor the intake with how much baby pig gets, because we don't need organ problems. And obviously this baby's getting plenty to eat. He's right around 3.5, 4 weeks old, and so very soon he will be weaning completely off of milk, and we'll go to a baby pig food, it'll take less time on our part for sure, which I think the kids are sad about. Where'd you go, baby? Oh, he's on the vent because it's warm over there. Come back over here. But it's nice to see him thriving and just growing so well. He's very personable. While he was with Holly, I think he spent almost all of his time in her arms. She was absolutely smitten with this little baby. And I think because of that, he's going to make a wonderful pet for somebody when it's time for him to move on. We're really not going to stay in the pig business. And he's a little boy. We've got 2 girls. I'm not really interested in neutering him right now. I think he would be a great breeder. So his mama is an American potbelly pig, and mama was a Vietnamese potbelly pig, and the daddy was a American potbelly pig. So a small pig with a big pig. I guess he used the latter. I don't know. If you had seen the size difference between these 2 pigs, the mind boggles. But anyhow, trying to think of some other things that I have been learning. I was trying to film this video earlier today, and I kept having technical difficulties with my camera equipment, so that's why we're live. I almost never go live. It's too unpredictable. Our dog Andy, absolutely loves this pig. She was in the video the whole time until I made her leave because she wants to pick the baby up and nurse it. She was a very motherly kind of a dog. Our other dog, Molly, is terrified because he screams when you pick him up and move him from place to place, and she's not interested at all. Look at this face. He loves his back scratches and his butt scratches. Look at the ears, they're little fairy ears. So one of my good friends, Christina, has her own pet pig, and he is an American potbelly pig, and he gets to stay inside. And she has potty trained this pig. He's trained how to walk on a leash, and he has like a really strong bond with Christina herself, but kind of doesn't put up with any other people. It's a very interesting, they're kind of a one-person animal. I think there's a lot of birds that are like that too, like cockatiels. So it's an interesting like friendship. I think he still has that nursing reflex because he always wants to suck on my fingers. I think he's probably tired and trying to fall asleep. Let me bring it in close so y'all can see. Sorry about the toilet in the background. We are not fancy around here. A little earlier today, I grabbed the coconut oil and put a ton of coconut oil on him because he was having some flaky skin, dry skin. It's very dry this winter, so I've got dry skin, and coconut oil is my favorite thing for all kinds of hair, nails, pigs, horses. Sometimes it goes in their food if they're having tummy problems. Look at this face. Isn't he just the most precious? If y'all have any questions, y'all can pop them in the comment section for me. I'd love to try to answer your questions as best I can. It's interesting when you get into the farm world how much you learn that you weren't planning on learning, but a lot of things fall in your lap and a lot of opportunities come to you. If you're a rescue like we are a non-profit animal rescue, then we, of course we should have expected to get animals that we were never expecting. Oh my gosh, do you hear Andy? She's at the door trying to get in. Not now, Andy. The piggy is trying to sleep. So I'm curious, y'all that are watching, would you ever let a pig stay in the house with you? Would you raise a pig like you would raise a dog and let it use a litter box? I'm just very curious. Because I'm very tempted now. He's so sweet. It's funny, I hate having cats in the house because of cat hair. And I hate the litter bugs inside. Of course, our farm cats are working cats. That's why they're outside. They're doing a job for us. Oh, you're satisfied now. But after being loved on by this guy, oh, I'm so smitten. I'm kind of curious if he would make a good house pet. You crunching those teeth. You crunching those teeth. What you doing? I think he's gonna fall asleep. Well, I've explained everything that I think I can explain and introduced everything that I was planning to in the earlier video. So I'm just gonna let him sit here and enjoy his nap, and you guys can feel free to stay. Move this a little bit. The toilet in the background is driving me nuts. You did the good stuff. Did you show them your little feet yet? Look at these tiny. I'm gonna paint those toenails. Go back to sleep. Just go back to sleep. I'm sorry. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? There. That's a comfy spot. I don't know what you want. He seems to like this football cradling hold right here. What you think? I feel like I'm choking you. No, don't bite me. You're not hungry. I don't think I've ever rocked a pig to sleep. Here. There. That feels better. What do you think? The people are looking at you. You got a full belly. You're spoiled rotten, huh? You're spoiled rotten. right, thanks for joining us in our live video in my bathroom today. I'm gonna get off of here so that little baby can get some good sleep. I'm gonna go sit in the recliner and listen to my audiobook. I'm listening to the BFG if anybody wanted to know. That's all from us. Peace, love, and lollipops. See you in the next video. Bye.